Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another monthly pick a card, and this is going to be for the month of February. And this is going to be a little bit of a different monthly reading because I'm trying out a different style of kind of organizing this reading. So if you guys really enjoyed this, if you liked it, please do give a like, subscribe if you'd also like to do that, and make sure to comment down below telling me that you do want me to continue doing this kind of style of organizing this monthly reading. So with that said, of course, we're talking about the month of February, so we're focusing on the energy that you need to know for. We're going to talk about love. We're talking about career as well. So specifically, we have 3 piles here. But each of these piles, if you'll notice down in the drop-down box where the timestamps are for all of these piles, that there are different sections for each pile. The first timestamp will be all about the general message for that pile, the start of that pile, and then you'll see a specific timestamp for career messages and the love messages for that pile. So, for example, you might feel that you're drawn to all of the messages for pile 3. And so you would just start at the first timestamp for that and watch it all the way through. Or for some of you, it could be that you're attracted to the general overall message for pile 3, the love message for pile 1, and the career message for pile 2. So that way you guys can go ahead and you can kind of mix and match your kind of readings here, kind of a choose your own pick a card kind of story thing here. So again, if there's a specific thing that you want to focus on for the month, so say career, meditate, connect with your higher self, your higher guides, and kind of focus on what do you need to know specifically for career and see what pile you're attracted to for that. Again, there might be cross messages across all 3 kind of sections for each pile. So again, have fun with this, mix and match sort of your reading, so to speak. And again, let me know how you guys enjoy this and how you enjoy the video overall. Again, if you'd like to subscribe and help support the channel, that would be fantastic. Make sure to have that bell on. And if you want to even go further, please do consider checking out my various links down below to all my various Instagram pages. And of course, my Patreon, where you guys will get more exclusive tarot content, personal readings, and all kinds of fun art related stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this reading. All right, for those that were attracted to pile 1, which of course is this little artwork that I did of little oranges. So if you guys were attracted to this group, we're going to go ahead and start off with the section that is just kind of the general overview for February, what you need to know. And so as always, we're going to start off with the tarot and see what the energy around that is. And so for you guys got the Empress. You also have the 8 of Pentacles, the Moon card, and we have the Magician. Wow. So you have 3 major arcanas coming up. And honestly, I think with pretty much all the piles, a lot of major arcana energy was coming out. So February is already feeling up like collectively as a very important month. There's a lot of big energy happening in February. And if I recall, February, I think, is when there is like a buttload of fucking transits or something happening where everything is in the sign of Aquarius. So it's going to be a really heavy, just like a heavy energetic month. I feel like for a lot of people, there's going to be a lot going on there that is going to be significant in some way, shape, or form. We'll just have to see. We're going to roll with it. But for you guys personally, definitely February is going to be a big focus of understanding how to really apply your skills and your energy to really manifest what it is you deeply desire. Because we have the 8 of Pentacles here, so, and I feel like that's kind of like, again, because the Pentacles, the minor arcanas kind of are representing more of your day-to-day. So again, this is kind of the data energy that you're going to be working on. It's going to be kind of funneling in these higher energies of the major arcanas is going to be appearing here a lot in your day-to-day work and study, and again, striving and in working on improving your personal skills, especially with the Magician here. You have all the ability, you have all the skills to make your dreams manifest, and you have that backed up by the Empress, who is all about the fertility, all about birthing new creations, new ideas. I definitely feel like you really need to pay attention to your dreams, like your literal dreams. Be keeping a dream journal, because there's going to be a lot of like prophetic hits that you're going to be getting in your sleep, inspiration. Also, you need to dive deeper into your true, like, deeper emotional motivations for why you work so hard at the things that you do, especially when it comes to your career and your job. Like, what is it you're trying to strive for and achieve in that regard in this particular month? And again, why are you doing the things that you're doing? What is the motivation? Are you just doing something because you feel like you have to do it? Or is it something that actually really aligns with what it is you want to manifest for your soul and for your destiny here? I feel like that is a really important emphasis with the energies here as well. Pay attention to any sort of illusions. Make sure that you're not kind of casting an illusion on yourself. Don't let sort of self-doubt or fears kind of come in the way. Again, you need to look at things from a new perspective, because that is going to bring a lot of enlightenment to you. More self-study and more exploration of, again, your deeper psyche, deeper self is going to bring a lot of creation and a lot of abundance through hard work and action. February is definitely a big action month for you guys, but again, you're kind of coupling that with the deeper why of why you're taking the action. Don't just be frivolously, just kind of doing something to do something. Make sure you're doing something of actual substance that is going to further what it is you're trying to achieve in this like ultimate goal. What is your ultimate goal? Like, I feel like that's a big thing that you guys need to kind of question and ask yourself for this particular month. So let's see what else we have here for you guys. So we also have the energy here of Mercury in Aquarius with originality, and we have secrets with Venus and Scorpio. So definitely check out your natal chart and see if you have these placements. Maybe you have Venus and Venus in Scorpio, or you have Aquarius and Mercury, or maybe this is something going on with the transits for you guys personally in February. But I definitely feel like with these two cards coming out, and I'll get more into these, like, you really need to guard and kind of hold close to your chest your ideas. And again, what is it you're manifesting? Don't go telling a lot of people what it is you're doing or what you're up to in this particular month, because again, you have a lot of original ideas and thoughts coming in. Communication and community is definitely going to be important, and innovation. Again, I feel like there's a lot of openings for you guys to have a lot of innovation in this month, but you need to kind of guard that. You need to keep that safe kind of within you, because again, there's a question here of maybe how trustworthy certain people around you. Again, there might be kind of false masks that certain people are wearing, just to get kind of closer to you, or again, get closer to what it is that is hatching in your mind here. So diving a little bit deeper into each one of these particular cards here, we're going to start off with the Mercury card, which again is card 11. So with this, this could really reference, it's demanding that you guys, take a very lateral view and find new approaches. So there's just something I was already kind of talking about here, finding those new perspectives, because again, that's what's going to bring the innovation for you guys. Seeing things in the broadest terms possible, really thinking about humanitarianism as well, exploring new technologies, or again, new ways of doing things. In fact, I feel like you guys could specifically find new ways of doing that. Again, the specific event related to this card that might occur for you guys in February is an idea that necessitates drastic change, an unusual research result, a shock announcement, an innovation, or invention or innovation. So clearly that could maybe occur for you. And also, especially with this secrets card right next to this, and that emphasis on, an unusual result or a shocking announcement, somebody could definitely be revealing something, or maybe this is like, again, something you guys have been working on for a lot of months is finally at a stage where you can reveal it, you can announce it to people in February, if that's something you guys are kind of searching for an answer on. So on that, let's go ahead and talk about the Venus in Scorpio. So, with this coming up, it can indicate that a deep secret is being held by the questioner, which would be you guys, or is being hidden from you by someone very close. So again, pay attention to that. But again, the specific events in relation to this card coming up is a secret liaison, secret love, a passionate love affair, money, comes to a partner, a shared inheritance, an expression of extreme jealousy. So very interesting. So watch out for that for you guys. Maybe in a love situation, a partner is going to be getting some sort of, grand sort of advancement or promotion, and that's going to really benefit you very much. Again, shared inheritances from other people that you know. But again, be wary of maybe somebody who is going to be extremely jealous of what it is you're achieving or what it is you're manifesting. So again, be careful who you're telling your secrets to, or so to speak. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here for you guys for your crystals for the month of February. You guys got 2 here. They're very pretty, very high vibe kind of stones. So the first one here is Hiddenite. So what is it? It's a variety of Bodeman? I don't know if I said that right. Hiddenite's green aura emits the warm and fuzzies. If you tap into the stone's frequency and feel the buzz, you must have a big heart. Use it. So who needs it? French existentialists, future trippers, bad romantics. Where to put it? Hiddenite, like its cuddly pink cousin kunzite, should be aimed at the heart. When to use it? When you find yourself stuck in the past or too focused on the future. Hiddenite is down to make the most of every moment. If you're in a rut, call on Hiddenite to help you love your way out of it. Claim your happy place. So we have that, and then this is going to be Libyan gold tektite. What is it? It's a 28 million year old Saharan desert glass only found in, you guessed, the Sahara Desert. This gem is yellow but far from mellow. So who needs it? The navel-gazing and brooding binge watchers. Anyone looking to hit the street with some extra swagger. Cancers. So some of you might be cancers. Where to put it? Hold Libyan gold tektite or this card at your will center, just above the navel, aka your solar plexus chakra. So that's one that you guys want to work on in February. And set some goals. Seriously, make a list. Then call on the fiery, beyond ancient energy of the stone to help you break through the burning desire to binge watch the day away. When to use it? When your get up and go has ghosted you. Banish your blah. So obviously, February is definitely going to be a big month about getting energy moving, getting back to work on things. Again, setting those goals, making lists, having a plan in place. Because again, you guys have some big, innovative, new things that you want to start and you want to manifest. So again, claim that. So next up, you have the Oracle's Gift. So I definitely feel like for some of you, definitely be exploring, your own form of divination. You'll be practicing that on your own. Some of you might even specifically want to try tea leaf reading. I'm forgetting, is it tassography? Is that the name, the actual name for it? Potentially. So this is the energy related to light. It's intuition, vision, imagination, presence, knowing, perception, and mental states. Yes, I feel like February is definitely going to be a good month as far as imagination goes for coming up again with those ideas, especially very fertile ideas that can take you a long way, especially if you apply the right energy and, again, actual action effort. So the key concepts here are second sight, clairvoyance, seeing the future, fate as future determined by the choices you make now, seeing the signs around you, recognizing potentials versus absolute determinism. So when we ask for a sign from the universe, we are essentially asking for divine guidance that we believe needs to come from a source outside of us. This is because we don't always trust our intuition, our ability to read between the lines and see beyond time and space. And so we ask for signs and look for a mystical reassurance that our mundane lives don't seem to offer. However, an oracle simply provides an answer that is already inside us. Very, very true. Oracles show up in a myriad of ways. Sometimes you see a billboard or hear a song or pull an oracle card and you get the exact message you need to support your choices or show you the way forward. Regardless of how the signs appear, an oracle is a reminder that you are part of this vast universe. You are witnessed by the great mystery and loved and cared for. It's a reminder that life is magical. You are magical. Today, trust in your own capacity to know what is right, to tune in to source, and to also be able to read the signs reflecting what is true and real within you. Let this oracle give you the gift of knowing that you are indeed on the right track. And I definitely feel like, again, the energy here with your tarot confirms that. Again, just be aware of hidden motivations, why you do the things you do. And again, people may be around you wearing false masks to get close to something or take something from you. But again, that's not to deter you from keeping and doing what you're doing, because you definitely have to, because there's a reason why people are wanting what you have, if that makes sense. So anyway, let this oracle give you the gift of knowing that you're indeed on the right track. Repeat the mantra: the light within me creates miracles in my life. The magic is inside you, outside you, all around and within you. Again, you guys are the magic. So lastly, for your animal, lastly for this section here, your animal guide for the month of February is the lizard with survival. So obviously, this is a message here of withstanding the test of time, being adaptable, knowing how to persevere in the face of any kind of self-doubt or, again, the doubts of others around you. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into the message of lizard. This is all about, in standing your ground, do not resort to malice and cruelty. You'll come off the worse. Your fears and the ways you deal with them are being revealed, again, by the energy of the moon. You are coming up against someone who seems cold and uncaring, so show them tenderness. And if that doesn't work, show them the door. Exactly. So again, knowing proper boundaries here, give people a chance. But again, if they don't reciprocate, or again, you sense and trust your intuition that something isn't right, then just simply cut the cord, step away, and keep focusing on you. There's also a lot of strong feminine energy here as well with the moon and the Empress. So you might want to tap into that feminine energy as well. So again, with the lizard, my kind have been around for long before yours. Remember that as I tell you now to take whatever measures necessary to keep your head above water or see a plan come together. You may feel at your wit's end about a house move that's teetering on the brink, or the promise of a promotion that never comes, or money that you are still owed. You might have lost sleep over such challenges and even question your own reasoning, but do not give up. Take a stand, get to know the laws and your rights, and apply them. We lizards have learned to fit in and thrive wherever we are for millennia. And this is no accident. Big or small, scaly or smooth, we familiarized ourselves with our surroundings and situation and then became a part of them. You need to get over your hurdle in life whenever it is right now. If you so choose, you will be aided by my power to master the situation and survive through it, so you too may thrive as a result. So placing a lizard statue on your altar encourages both endurance and renewal. Lizard imagery aids creativity or of thought and deed. Dreaming of lizard replenishes your survival instincts. It encourages you to be accountable for your actions when seeking to bring about change. So there you guys go. So those are the general messages here for pile 1. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into specifically what you need to know in regards to career. And again, you can definitely apply these messages to all the other sections here. So let's go ahead and discuss your career cards here. So what we have for you guys. So we have Mercury in Taurus with resistance, and that is totally lining up with the previous message of, again, the lizard there. And we also have, it's so funny, we have Venus in Sagittarius with flirtation. That's kind of wild, because again, that kind of matches it's the same energies. We're still talking about Mercury and Venus for you guys. So definitely pay a lot of attention to what is happening with Mercury and Venus in your natal chart and in the transits right now in February for you. Really interesting. We also got the man holding a coin in the reverse, and we have a leg up. So clearly, I feel like for you guys, you're definitely, for your career, you got to persevere, because I feel like there could definitely be a masculine figure, or again, somebody who embodies this masculine energy, who might be trying to kind of throw a wrench in maybe what it is you're trying to do career-wise. Again, maybe you're trying to strive for some sort of promotion. You're trying to start up a new business. Again, you're trying to get a certain new job. And again, I feel like some of you are kind of stressed out about how to go about this, how to actually achieve that. Because again, you're feeling maybe a lot of a resistance because things aren't happening in kind of the linear way you're expecting them to. But let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into this. So let's talk about our Mercury card here. So with that Mercury card, with resistance, since this is coming out for you guys, often with this card appearing, it can denote a need to focus on financial thinking, and can be an indication that that you guys must look at accounting, economics, or business advice. Alternatively, it may denote work in travel, transport, or the media. So again, specifically for you guys for career, maybe you are working in something along those lines, or maybe again you're looking for a job in one of those areas. But obviously you got to really think about the finances. You got to get sure about how it is you're handling your accounting, how you're handling your economics. Maybe again, some of you need to seek out more business advice, but you need to be careful who you're asking that business advice from. Specific events that relate to this card appearing here are contracts or drafting contracts, haggles over document wording, insurance policies, discussions about beauty or art, the need to take financial advice, clearly. So it's really interesting that we have that coming up for you guys for your career in February. And then we have that coupled with this Venus card, which is flirtation. So I feel like there's kind of like a little word of warning here. It's like, don't just kind of buy into whatever's being told to you initially off the bat, especially if it's coming from somebody who is like kind of being flirty to you, or, kind of playing around with that. So with this here, it could mean a possibility of marriage or a relationship with someone from another country. That is really wild, because again, this card was referring to travel. And now we have specifically something. So maybe some of you, again, this might just apply to one of you, might even be haggling something like a prenuptial agreement in regard to a marriage, some sort of like combining of assets with somebody that you're interested in, or maybe somebody that you're getting into a serious relationship with, maybe somebody from specifically a foreign country, or maybe you are moving to a foreign, or again, maybe, again, you're dealing with some sort of moving or a business deal with somebody in another country. But let's see what else this has to say. Often this comes through a meeting at a university or other learning institution. Women who choose this card usually seek a heroic, adventurous kind of partner, a romantic Indiana Jones figure. Really interesting. So some of you, again, we got a little bit of like a love message sprinkled in here. Maybe some of you who identify as a woman, you are a woman, whatever, however you want to apply that, whatever you got going on. You could be, again, meeting a partner that is obviously through your work, through your university, whatever you consider kind of in this realm of your career right now. And again, I would consider studying at a university as part of career. You could be meeting that person through that kind of avenue. They might very much have this adventurous, sporty kind of Indiana Jones-like attitude. So definitely keep an eye out for that. The specific Events related to this card coming out is a foreign lover or holiday romance that blossoms, a marriage abroad, a lighthearted flirtation just for the adventure. So again, there's obviously a big mix here for a lot of you guys of business and pleasure. But again, you need to be careful about that because there's obviously a little bit of word of warning and caution about, the advice you're getting in regards to the business part of it, because I feel like you could be so blinded by the romance aspect of this new connection that you kind of miss maybe even red flags, or again, get a second opinion about the advice that's given to you. So let's talk about, on that note, let's talk about the man holding a coin here in the reverse. So it's a male connection, money, health, or value. And since it's in the reversed, it could be, reveals that you could be acting against your own best interests where money or health matters are concerned. You might be spending a bit too much or simply not be conscious enough about what's really important. If that's the case, become more aware of your choices and priorities and bring more discipline to your life. Exactly. Again, watching out for how you're balancing your checkbook, how much you're spending, how you're handling those finances, your economics, all of that. Again, maybe you need to get some better financial advice about how to properly handle that so you're not like putting yourself in a hole. Also, this card reverse could also be a warning of a self-absorbed or dismissive man who may be out of his own advancement, even at the cost of your, be out for his own advancement, even at the cost of your own. Be conscious of the critical or demanding men around you, and always remember that you alone determine who has the real power in your life. Wow. And then lastly, we have a leg up. So this is card 34. So with this here, the essential meanings are receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. So now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to, who is where you want to go, to help you get there too. And if you do, you will receive a very good counsel that will aid you in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you're in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and that will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. Wow. So clearly, it's like, even though we have kind of this minor warning of, needing to watch out for your finances, or again, maybe there's a specific masculine around who is trying to, again, advance for himself and doesn't care who he's stepping on, who's being pushy, who's trying to take away the power from you. Again, watch out for that and don't let that happen. But you're also, again, you're at this stage where it's like you're about to take a new leap, I feel like, in your career. And that's why it's like, okay, it's really important that you get proper advice. Advice. Find a proper mentor. Find the people who are going to help, build you up, not the people who are going to try to tear you down. So again, be discerning and trust your intuition because you already have those messages coming up. So pay attention to all of that. Withstand and persist, I feel like, is a big portion here. And again, there's some sort of opportunity for some flirtation, for some aspect of your romance to kind of be benefited by what is happening in your career right now. So on that note, let's go ahead and move on to, for pile 1, the section talking about the love messages. So what you need to know for love and romance in the month of February. So let's dive into that. So for you guys, let's see what we got here. So, once again, we got Mercury coming out. Pay so much attention to what Mercury's doing. So we have Mercury in Cancer with intuition. You got to trust your intuition when it comes to love and romance, 100%. We also have the moon with appreciation, the moon in Leo. Hey, I have my moon in Leo, so I can understand this energy. And we have Mars in Scorpio with revenge. Ay. Wow. So on the love front, wow. Like I'm just, wow. Okay. So why I'm saying wow so much to this particular card is, again, Mars was actually the traditional the like ancient ruler of Scorpio. Before, of course, we knew about Pluto, and Pluto then became the ruling planet for Scorpio. Originally, it was Mars that was. So Mars and Scorpio can very much have similar energy about them. And so, again, for love and romance, you definitely need to watch out for somebody trying to take revenge on you, because again, maybe it's a situation where like an ex is kind of jealous of what is happening, or again, maybe a love rival is jealous about the attention that you are receiving. Because again, I feel like there's somebody who's going to be very much appreciative of your beauty, of your talents, who's going to be falling all over themselves for you. And again, so you got to watch out for your intuition, because again, there might be kind of, again, those false masks hanging around you, a false friend even who is trying to pull something here. Again, there might be, we had in previous part of this reading, mention of like secret love affairs. So again, that might actually come out and come to light, and there might be like some feelings about that from other people involved. So let's see what else. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Literally with the career section of this reading, I was talking about, the love and career stuff are going to definitely be very much involved. And look at that. We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Yes. What is happening in your career and what's happening in your love life are definitely very interconnected for February. And we have trust here. So this situation is calling you to have faith. So I feel like whoever it is that you're involved romantically, you need to trust them. You need to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially when you have maybe their ex or somebody else who's trying to kind of throw a wrench because now they're, that relationship ended. They're giving their attention, their appreciation to you. They're really interested in you, and that other person is very jealous about that. Or again, it could be a person who maybe they were attracted to the person who is giving you the attention now, but that person was like, no, I'm not interested. And so they snubbed them. And so now they're really pissed off because now that person's giving that attention to you that they never gave to, the person who's jealous, if that makes sense. I'm hoping I'm making sense here. Like there's some workplace, again, be careful if you're doing any kind of like workplace romance, because there's going to be some drama there. Or again, maybe it's in your university, because that was coming up as well. And again, this person that you might be involved with romantically could be coming from a foreign culture or foreign place. They could be a foreign exchange student, or maybe they're like a TA or a professor or something, or again, a new employee, something like that, because that was coming up a lot in the career part of this message as well. And so I feel like that's definitely carrying over here heavily. We also have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. I definitely feel like this person, for you guys romantically, is their love language, or again, your love language is very much about this physical touch. So they'll use any excuse they can to, hold, I feel like, a door open to you, maybe like lightly put their hand on your back, touch your shoulder, maybe try to hold your hand, like any excuse to get some physical touch with you is like a big part of what they do. And again, it's really important for you right now to have that physical connection, that physical touch. So let's dive a little bit more into all of these cards right here. So let's kind of discuss these. Starting off again with that Mercury. God, Mercury is just coming up. It's going to be a very talky February for you guys who picked this particular pile. So this is card 4. Mercury in Cancer. So with this card coming up, it always refers to traditional family ways of thinking and ideas based on early childhood conditioning. The thoughts and comments of close family and friends will be of great importance to the subject of the reading. So I feel like that's a big message here to be careful for some of you when it comes to your love situation in February, to not let family influence too heavily what you're doing for romance. Again, you need to kind of love who you're going to love without, allowing the judgments of friends and families and close members like that to kind of dictate and push you into certain directions when you know that that's not right for you. So the specific events that are related to this particular card are history or events in the past, a revival of old memories, or a visit from a long-lost acquaintance, taking the advice of family or friends, study in the home. Wow, well, the study in the home makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people right now are obviously doing a lot of their education from home. again, maybe this old acquaintance, it's somebody you knew who's coming back in your life. Again, even though we have that message, I feel like you just have to be very discerning and trust your intuition about the advice that is being given to you from friends and family. Because again, I get the sense that there might be one particular person in that circle somewhere, and again, including coworkers, who is thinking about their own interests, who's not wanting to see the best for you. So that's just a word of caution and warning right there. So let's talk about the moon now. And so this moon is in Leo. So this is talking about, it can indicate a powerful need for recognition in some aspect of life. There may be a feeling that those around you are not responding appreciatively enough, provoking an unhelpful, over-the-top response. The card also indicates emotional dependency on a partner or close friends. Positively, if the card does not refer to you guys, it can portray someone popular, generous, and much admired by others. Interesting. So the specific events related to this card are a lavish occasion, theoretical event, children's performance, pride in an achievement, short-lived fame, excessively dramatic behavior, family party or gathering. Really interesting. Again, both of these cards are referring to that family party, gathering, connection. So again, I don't know if in February maybe there's a birthday, or again, maybe you guys are finally getting to, reconnect with some friends and some close family members, and it will be kind of a situation where I'm getting the sense of like, you're finally talking to a certain family member and they're like, oh my God, did you hear about so-and-so? Like, they're going to be showing up, or, oh my God, like, I've been in contact with them and they were asking about you, kind of thing. Like, do you remember them? Like, this was somebody who, like, you went to school with, or they lived right next to us or something, like that kind of energy. And then you're going to be like, no way. Like, what are they up to now? And like, that's going to spark your interest. And I feel like through that, either you're going to reach out to that person or they will actually reach out to you. Like, again, that's specific to maybe some of you. So now let's jump into that Mars energy here, because clearly, that could definitely be an important one here, because again, let's get some clarity on that. So with this being here, it's, reflecting extreme action is at least a possibility in the current situation. As long as one is able to use this potential in a controlled way, the outcome can be very positive. So again, be aware of how you're using your energy, how you're using your action, how you react to a situation is the key to how you're going to come out. You either come out smelling like shit, or you can come out smelling like roses. Is kind of the situation here. So the specific events in relation to this is a phenomenal achievement, extreme effort in order to overcome some kind of problem, getting even with someone, an over-the-top reaction to a perceived threat or a perceived hurt as well. Really interesting. So now let's go ahead and wrap this up by talking about the physical touch card here, which is card 47. So with this, sometimes a hug is exactly what is needed. Physical connection is important to humans. Hand-holding, kissing, embracing, back rubs, an arm around the shoulder, or a pat on the back are ways of expressing support, care, encouragement, and more. Think about how good you feel when someone greets you with a warm hug or offers you a comforting hand. These small interactions can really help you with your day. Giving and receiving through touch helps to keep your heart open. Physical touch is immeasurably vital to creating a spiritual bond. The delicate force provided through touch helps build trust and understanding in your relationships. Physical touch can calm, console, and express much more than words. A woodsman kisses the hand of a statue and changes her from stone to flesh. Imagine how important this could be. Giving someone a hand or squeeze, a high five, or a hug can change someone's entire day. So I definitely feel like whoever this person is romantically is definitely going to light you up. I mean, it's going to bring the life back into you, especially after a period, I feel like, of obviously, we've all been, kind of out of connection with other people given the current state of pandemics and all that in the state of the world. So again, also just on the physical touch thing, make sure you're washing your hands, keep proper health regulations and stuff in mind. If you're in a lucky spot in a country or something where it's not so bad, that's fantastic, but still, be mindful, be aware, all that good stuff. Again, it goes without saying, I'm not going to harp on that too much throughout this whole entire reading because I want to focus on the other energies here than just obviously the shit that we've all been dealing with for the last year. So with that said, that is the last section of pile 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. You found this interesting, and I wish you all the very best. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, for those of you who are attracted to pile 2 here, we're going to go ahead and dive into what it is you need to know for the month of February. You guys are the ones who chose the little moon cactus here that I painted. So we're going to go ahead and dive into what it is you need to know for the general messages of February. And then, of course, we'll get into the specific sections for this reading, focusing on career and love. So let's go ahead and start off with the tarot as always. And so for you guys, we have the 7 of Swords, first and foremost. We also have the Emperor. We have Temperance. And we have the Devil. So pretty wild here. I mean, again, this is the second pile for this whole reading. That you guys got 3 major arcanas coming up and then 1 minor arcana. So again, there's a lot of big energy happening, I feel like, in February. And so for you guys personally, I feel like your February is really a big focus on independence, of taking charge, of really pursuing your desires, but, learning to couple that with balance. Higher forms of manifestation and achievement. Because again, with the 7 of Swords, I mean, traditionally the 7 of Swords is the thief in the night, somebody stealing away, which yes, with that in the Devil, there could definitely be maybe, a situation with one person or something where they're like trying to, pull the wool over your eyes. Maybe some of you are kind of falling into an addiction or dealing with something like that. But again, a lot of that kind of situation is all kind of in your mind space. It's very illusionary. It's very much like you kind of building up something a lot larger in your mind than it really is in reality, which can hold you back in a lot of ways. But overall, I don't really get that sense. I'm really reading more of the other message, the more positive aspect of the 7 of Swords, which is all about independence, going on your own road, following your own path, doing your own thing, especially coupled with something like the Emperor here, which is all about being your own boss, rising up into higher energy, very much working more in that element of the masculine energy for you guys in February, really putting a lot of fire, a lot of creativity, a lot of passion, because again, we have the Devil here as well. When I read the Devil in the positive, it's all about raw, just wild, like the source of creativity and passion and sexual energy, which can really be a strong driving force. And then we have that with Temperance here. Temperance is the balance keeper in this situation. It's about combining all these elements, and especially combining the elements that you don't think mix together to create a special form of alchemy just for you, to really take charge of your life in February. And again, become your own boss, not to be chained down or controlled by anybody else. This is about you finding your path and getting there by whatever means necessary that you feel you have to take without compromising your morals or your integrity or whatnot. But also with the Emperor knows that yes, he's the one in control, he can do it all, but he doesn't necessarily have to do it all alone. You can still be the boss of your own story, and whatnot, but you can know how to delegate power. You can understand what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are. I feel like that's also the reminder of the Devil here, is really understanding where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses, and how can you rely on other people around you to help, again, balance the energy so that you can get the most out of what it is you're trying to create and what it is you're trying to start here. for yourself. So again, I feel like this is more of like a process that you've been in the works of. I'm getting the sense that a lot of you maybe pick this pile, you work in very like office-y kind of jobs, corporate jobs, you know, big things like business, law, you know, you got a lot of people that you have to answer to, and a lot, maybe even like government is also coming up maybe for a small group of you here, but it's like there's something about that where it's like you're wanting something a little bit more in the sense of you being the one calling shots more in your own life. So I don't know, again, that might resonate for some people, it might not. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here. So for you guys, let me make sure. Whoop. I'm dropping cards. I'm sorry. Let's see. All right. So for you guys, we have inheritance with Saturn in Scorpio. So clearly there could be something going on for you guys right now where you could be coming into some sort of inheritance from family. This could have something to do with a father figure, especially since we're talking about Saturn here. You know, stricter regimens of things. What is the word I'm looking for? You know, having a very specific way of doing this, you know, seeking out, you know, reaching a certain ambition also, you know, having control, regeneration. I also think it's interesting because I'm looking at that image at the top, which is making me think of the Minotaur of the maze. So that might be significant to some of you, but with this card being here, you know, this definitely is a card that has to do a lot with finances and shared property, you know, especially also having to do with self-discipline and responsibilities, you know, kind of perfectionism, striving for this. It has a lot to do with, you know, you're earning a certain reputation around, you know, work colleagues, people that are in other positions around you. And so, you know, it's definitely a sign here, you know, wanting to look at your natal chart for sure and see if you have Mercury in, or excuse me, not Mercury, Saturn in Scorpio, or maybe this is a certain transit that's happening for you in February. Even look at your progress chart, because maybe that's where your Saturn is sitting right now. But, you know, you want to definitely be avoiding heavy personal legal matters such as litigations. But with this here, you might be also finding yourself, you know, quite happily looking for after other people's financial or legal problems. And, you know, in this role, you're going to be providing them, you know, that you're going to be keeping everything above the board. You know, this can be a quite successful card that's coming up here. So obviously you got a lot kind of going on with career coming in here. And again, it's funny, it's talking about legal matters a little bit, because I was getting a sense of that kind of like, that kind of environment where like that kind of stuff just comes up a lot more. So with this card also, you know, because of Scorpio's rulership of the 8th house, there is a promise of an inheritance of some kind whenever this card is drawn in a reading. And I'm just going to call it out. You know, it's a little bit of an uncomfortable thing to say, but obviously because we're talking about Scorpio, we're talking about inheritance, we're talking about the 8th house and Pluto, that also has related to, you know, the elements of taboos. It also relates to death. So again, just be aware of that. I'm not saying anything. Don't take it that way, but I'm just giving you that information so that you're aware that that is something that is related to that 8th house. And this is also the 8th card. So just be aware. So there is some promise of an inheritance of some kind whenever this card is drawn in a reading. Negatively, the inheritance card can indicate the capability of you guys to harbor deep brooding resentment when you feel, you know, some injustice has perpetuated. So definitely be aware if you're holding any specific grudges against somebody. That might be why the devil is coming up here. Like, yeah, I definitely feel like you guys who picked this pile, you're a group where it's like, if you are wronged, if you are suffered some sort of injustice, you do not let that shit go. Which can be very detrimental in the long run. It can really kind of, I feel like in some ways, damage opportunities for you in certain things. So specific events that could be related to this card coming up for you guys for February is managing an inheritance, dealing with other people's property, selling on behalf of another person. So maybe even like, maybe some of you work in real estate. An executor of a will, situations involving long and patient work. So yes, a lot of you are doing a lot of that long, patient work right now, especially with this energy coming up. So sorry if I was like so kind of like rambly and weird there. I don't know what it is about this energy where it's like, I don't know, something about really choosing your words carefully is important. So let's talk about the crystals that might be beneficial for you guys to work with in the month of February. I just saw 1010 also for some of you. And look at these two lovely stones that we got for you guys. So we have apophyllite, which apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra yoga, Nagchampa, apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Yes, I also feel like you guys are a group where it's like there's a lot of skeptics, there's a lot of cynicism. There's definitely a big emphasis on you guys like to be logical. We also have, because we have a lot of Capricorn energy. We got Aries energy. We also have Sagittarius energy. So a lot of really like kind of in some ways serious, but a lot of fiery kind of energy. Sagittarius is also definitely about foreign and exploration, higher education. You couple that with, that Capricorn energy, you're very serious. Like, I just get a very serious vibe from you guys. So who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from from on high to hit them with something good. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, and pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth. When you feel like your yeah, but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost you. So beam yourself up way up. And then we have Amazonite. So Amazonite is a brilliant blue-green mineral named after South America's famed river. The best Amazonite comes from Colorado. So who needs it? Teeth grinders, anyone struggling with Mercury retrograde, which actually I think Mercury retrograde, I want to say Mercury retrograde is starting soon. I have to look at my calendar again, but I feel like we will be in partially Mercury retrograde either in February or March, something like around this time period. I feel like Mercury retrograde is happening. So that might be a big thing that's going to affect some of you, which is why you want to be very mindful of the contracts and the legal stuff that you might be dealing with. But anyway, where to put it? Place Amazonite below the throat, relax your jaw, and ask for the courage to speak your truth. So maybe that's why I'm kind of like tripping on my words a lot with this for whatever reason for this pile, because some of you really need to seriously work on that throat chakra more, and especially like claiming your spot, like saying, hey, like I'm not going to deal with this, like this is what I'm about, this is how I'm going to get this done, and you know what? I know I'm right. I'm going to stand by my convictions kind of thing. So when to use it? When your inner child wants a real talk with you, ask yourself what little you really want from life. Does it sound like what current you would want if you could just let yourself want it? That's a weird sentence. Perfect. Now say it out loud for the whole universe to hear and go make it happen. Speak from your heart. Interesting. So next up we have for you guys endless possibilities. Yes, you guys do have endless possibilities, but I feel like some of you are being very kind of like stubborn. Maybe that's the word I feel like. I feel like some of you could be very, very stubborn and very stuck in kind of your way of kind of doing things. Which, it's both, it's a double-edged sword. It's good and it's bad, but it's like, it's bad when you don't allow some freshness to come in. So the energy we're talking about here is light. It's intuition, vision, imagination, presence, knowing, perception, and mental state. So the keywords here are unlimited potential, moving beyond limiting beliefs, and the filter of an unhealed past, using your awareness to discern what is possible and having the courage to leap beyond even that. So you look at the world through the lens of your life experience, personality, and conditioning. That filter determines whether you believe in an abundant universe of endless possibilities or various degrees of limitation and finite range of options. When your expectations, unconscious or otherwise, are based on lack, it's difficult to see what is truly available to you. Today, ask yourself what you believe. Are there limitless potential outcomes to align your energy with? Do you know intuitively that there is more to life than meets the eye? And are you willing to act on that knowledge? As you believe, so will it be for you, as your energy will attract its match in the outer world. Conditions meet expectations. Either your world remains the way it is, in various forms yet essentially unchanging, or you become more. Everything shifts as you open yourself up to a greater version of you and a more meaningful life, discovering opportunities that better reflect your true self. This is the nature of your dynamic relationship with the divine. Today, stand with open arms, knowing that you are stepping into beauty, into experiences that are potent and transformative. You are walking past the line that you and others drew long ago, leaping over what was and toward what will be. You are more than you were. Now, what is it you want? The treasure is yours. You just need to believe again. And that's totally the temperance energy. Because again, temperance is like the souped up version, the higher version of the magician. So again, very much pay attention to your thoughts, because that, and also your actions, of course, but especially your thoughts and your thinking and your self-talk is literally going to shape your reality and what comes to you. So don't be buying into limiting beliefs. Oh my God, I can't believe what your animal guides for February are, because at the very start, looking at your tarot, I was like, oh yeah, this is a very big month about independence for you guys. You literally have the black cat with independence, and you have the mole with superstition. And that's really crazy, because again, that's what like the Hittite stone, or excuse me, apotholite stone was kind of talking about, was like the yeah, but, and the skepticism, the cynicism, the superstition. Like, I feel like you guys are kind of dealing with a lot of that. So let's talk about both of these cards for you. So we're going to talk about the black cat first. So with the black cat here, like me, your reputation has been tarnished, and though no fault of your own. As somebody who is considered different, you understand what it's like to be judged unfairly and have suffered more than your share of trials. Being magical in a mundane world can be a cause for rejection. And I should know. Once worshipped, now vilified, I am seen as a most unpopular choice when it comes to furry pets. However, I will not be owned. Our mutual understanding bonds us both powerfully and is instrumental to the craft. Being true to yourself and loyal to the cause will open up heightened senses as you trust in your instincts rather than listen to naysayers. Self-reliance is key to the liberation you crave as you tap into your natural independence streak. For you're ready to leap. Call upon me to enhance your personal magic, psychic powers, and strength to go it alone. So clearly, your luck is about to change. Break free from a controlling situation. Loyalty wins the day. A mysterious encounter brings good fortune. Believe in yourself. Stop relying on others. Independence will free you from recent storm magic. Curl up and take a cat nap. Talk to your cat. So maybe some of you have a cat. So with here, known for powerful occult and psychic abilities, black cats are sacred to witchcraft and the goddesses Bast, Freya, and Diana. Observe cat movements to predict weather, disease, and death. Use natural fallen whiskers, fur, claws for powerful cat magic spells. To dream of cats means good luck for you and your home. So there you guys go. And now we have the mole. So let's see here with the mole. So please don't believe everything you see or hear, especially if it comes to you secondhand. Gossip and forked tongues rarely hold much truth or kindness. You must seek out what is true for yourself and dig about a bit. In life, much will be passed down to you, like genes, traits, and beliefs, the most destructive of which can be a belief that is not yours. This is especially true of religions and race. Not all those who claim to have been practicing witchy activity have been so wise through the ages either. For many years, I was literally torn out of the ground and ripped to pieces in the belief that my blood in my body could cure, protect, and purify. Even today, animals suffer needlessly because of superstitions, stranglehold over a person's sanity. Remember to carefully question at all times the what, where, and why if something feels at odds with your heart. The right answers for you await. So exactly, you got to listen to your own personal intuition. And it's funny because we have that superstition and we have black cat. I don't know if you personally hold any strong superstitions about black cats, but you need to kind of release that because, again, if you look culturally across the world, in Western cultures, a lot of the time, and I'm trying to remember exactly where else this belief is, but it's like, the black cat is bad luck. A black cat, crosses your path, oh, bad luck. That's not the case in other countries. In Japan, I'm pretty sure it's Japan, black cats are actually very good luck and white cats are bad luck. So again, it's all kind of, you got to question the superstitions. And in general, you just need to question anything that you're hearing right now. Gossip, workplace gossip, personal, interpersonal, friendship, family gossip. Like, just stay out of the drama is a big thing here. So, stand up for what you truly believe in. Seek out facts to back up a claim. Don't be too quick to judge. There's more to a person than meets the eye. Learn about your faith, whatever it may be, and the beliefs of others. Seek out what you have in common rather than that which divides. I feel like that is going to be like a really big thing for you, especially, again, I keep mentioning career here, or again, university, whatever. It's like the more open-minded and the more accepting you are of other people around, the more that's going to like benefit you. And again, I don't want you guys to just do that if you don't actually believe like in being an open-minded person and like, again, exploring and, seeking out what is common rather than what is different. Only do that if that you actually believe in that is what I'm trying to say. But like, if you do believe in that and you show that and you really like stress, like, this is part of who I am, this is what I believe, like, I feel like that's going to shine very brightly for you. And it's going to be really beneficial in whatever situation or position you're going to be in, especially in February. So, mole blood was seen as a cure for epilepsy, and a mole's amputated hands were used to relieve rheumatism. If you must remove moles from your garden, do so humanely and with a thought as to where you're putting them, for they work wonders underground. So there's a nice little message right there. So that is the general messages here for your February, and now we're going to go ahead and jump into specifically the career messages for you guys, and I feel like that's like, for a lot of you who pick this spell, like, that's really important for you to know. Like, you're really concerned about that. I don't know. That's just, like, the sense I'm getting. Well, let's go ahead and see what we got for your career messages here. So, we have versatility, Sun in Gemini. So, maybe some of you have Sun in Gemini. You should pay attention to that. We also have Mercury in Virgo with caution. So, yeah. Got to be careful what you fucking say in February, like 100%. I'm definitely getting a big sense of that. Like, watch what you say and who you say it to, and watch out for the gossip in February. So just stay out of it, especially workplace fucking gossip. Like, don't get involved with that drama. And again, be versatile. Be willing to, compromise, kind of just move around the crowds like a chameleon, kind of situation. Because I just feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are going to try to be like, there's just going to be weird situations where like people are going to try to pull you onto their side or something. And like, you need to be Switzerland and stay the fuck out of it. Because we also have here strategy that came out in the reverse for you guys. And we have deep knowing. Yeah, you got to trust that deeper understanding and that deep that your gut feeling, your gut sensations, like that is going to be really, really important for you guys in February. So let's go ahead and talk about the sun in Gemini. And it's so funny when I open right up to messages from the cards in the books. But so with this card coming out, it makes a change of job likely, or perhaps the Gemini characteristics of being able to work on 2 tasks at once. Words in this situation are important, serving as a strong framework for the question. The versatility card also indicates a time to open the mind to movement, physical and mental. Contact with brothers, sisters, and neighbors is indicated, and many journeys may be required in relation to the question. So very interesting. You might be doing a lot of traveling for your job, for your career. Again, I feel like the importance of words is really significant, and you guys might be literally changing jobs or something. Or again, you're going to be like in February, you're going to be given a project or something that like you're going to be giving like 2 important responsibilities that you have to manage and take care of. And again, there could be very much like warring, I don't know, I get the sense like warring factions when it comes to this. And you kind of have to be like in the middle to delegate and be that neutral ground. So specific events in relation to this card are a social gathering, impressing other people, the need for a quick decision, an important conversation, reliable information, some contact with the media. Wow. And that's like, and you got that caution card, like really be careful. Like there's some important stuff here happening, I feel like, in career. That has to do with, again, watching what you say, what is being said, what is occurring. Because again, I don't feel like you are necessarily like a part of the situation. Like you weren't like in the actual situation. You were kind of like a bystander outside of it, but you're given the responsibility to handle it or something. Like you got to be careful. Just be very, very mindful is what I'm getting here. So let's talk about the Mercury card that you guys got, which of course is card 6. So caution. So with this coming up, it usually indicates a need to carefully examine the pros and the cons of a problem before taking any action. Virgo doesn't rush heedlessly into things. Although the card indicates a specialist, as with all Mercury contacts, it holds the potential for more than one skill to fall back on in an emergency. Really, really interesting, because literally that's what this versatility card was talking about. It's like you're going to need to have like 2 specific skill sets, or you do have 2 specific skill sets that you are going to be heavily falling back on when it comes to your career situation in February. So specific events in relation to this card are detailed craft work, cataloging a laborious task needing care and patience, restoration of order at work, a need to plan ahead. And it's so funny because we have the strategy card coming up for you here in the reverse, which is going to be all about probably needing to better work on, creating a plan, having a plan in place, because obviously some shit is going down is just what I'm getting here. So this is card 21. So again, making a plan is what this card is about, but in the reverse, it indicates a stall in progress due to a lack of planning. You may have a goal in mind, but no specific ideas about how to achieve it. Or you may have found that your original plans have hit a wall, and it's now time to reevaluate things. If this is the case, remember that the path of least resistance may be tempting, but it rarely leads anywhere new. Don't let the mundane task of life eat up all of your time and take you off course. Instead of floundering and wandering around in confusion, put some significant mental effort into starting or renewing a comprehensive plan of attack. This card reversed is warning you to get out of the role of passive observer and become the author and director of your own destiny. And you guys are the ones in your general reading here who got like the Emperor and shit like that. So it's like, yeah, you're all about needing, this is a time, this is a month of like taking charge, taking action, because maybe that was the situation. Maybe you were too much of a passive observer. And maybe because of that, you got sucked into whatever weird drama is occurring right here. And you know what? You need to kind of clear the air, so to speak, is what I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and talk about the deep knowing next. So this is 43. All right, so the deep knowing card here. So the essential meanings here are intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. So for you guys, this is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them, take the risk, and act. Within you, there is an oracle consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations of the smaller thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective, the energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius awaits. So, obviously, dig deeper and trust your hunches. Trust what your intuition tells you about how to move forward when it comes to this career situation that you are in. So those are the specific career messages that are coming out for pile 2 here. So we're going to go ahead and move into our love messages for pile 2. So setting these aside, let's go ahead and dive into that. So for the love messages that came out for pile 2, let's see what we got. So starting off, wow, we got Venus in Cancer with birth. So, damn. Obviously, for some of you, the situation when it comes to love, love for February, maybe some of you are going to be finding out that you are pregnant in February, or that you are going to be giving birth in February. You're going to have a February baby. So, happy little Aquarius baby or Pisces baby, potentially, that you will be having. But this is also talking about, I feel like there's very much a big union here where for you guys when it comes to love of that masculine, that feminine definitely coming together, you guys mixing into becoming one in that sense, creating something new. It doesn't have to be a literal birth. Maybe you guys are going to be working together to create, this life that you want. Again, is that balance of the masculine and the feminine, and you guys are definitely going to be based off the general energy reading for pile 2 and all of that, going to be working more in that masculine energy. So your partner's going to be probably working more in the feminine energy, because we all are made up of masculine and feminine regardless of what your gender may be. So that could definitely be a big part of it as well. There's definitely a sense of, creating home connection, building a home. Maybe some of you are even going to be with your partner. I'm just getting a sense that some of you maybe are already in romantic relationships. Not all of you, but some of you are maybe going to be making the decision to include maybe a fur baby into the family. There's just something here about starting something new. Also, obviously, if some of you are single and you're, pursuing different relationships, just be mindful again. Be careful. We also have... We got the moon in Virgo with order. So again, we have a lot of Virgo energy coming out for pile 2 in general. A lot of earth energy as well. And we also have, wow, that is so wild, because you guys got literally for the general message here of pile 2, you got independence with the black cat. And so that's a big energy for you guys in February, and it's carrying on into your love messages here too. That is absolutely wild. So yes, we have also the moon again, the moon in Aquarius with independence. So again, look at these placements potentially in your natal chart, but you are definitely heavily influenced by Cancerian energies, because again, the ruling planet for Cancer is the moon, and you have 2 moons coming. It's very emotional, the love situation for February for you guys. Again, I get the big sense of wanting to build something, wanting to start something, a family potentially, but you also don't want to lose that independence. So again, some of you who are currently single, it's you're looking for a love partner or a love connection where it's somebody who's going to allow you the freedom to be completely yourself, always. So let's see what else we got here before we dive into the cards more. So we got religious factors. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Really interesting, because there was some interesting messages coming up for the general part of pile 2 here, where it was kind of doubting, I almost feel what you know for your spirituality or your religion, because you had that yeah but kind of energy, or that skepticism, that superstition, that isn't element here. I feel like some of you are kind of questioning the traditional roles of maybe relationships, or you're inverting that, or maybe it's the opposite where you've thought, oh, I don't want anything ever that is like a traditional relationship, but now it's like you're kind of thinking about it or something, or like, I don't know, there's definitely a big shift in belief, I feel like, for you guys, and it's deeply emotionally rooted in your family. It could be that certain family members around you are going to be giving birth. Also, it may not necessarily refer to you. It could be referring to friends or family, but through that particular event or connection, it's going to be playing some role in your romance. Because again, I feel like there's two particular groups here. There's one group that you guys are already in a romantic relationship, and so that's kind of important. But there's another group that is single, and maybe it's like you want to get certain other things in order before you dive into the romantic relationship. But again, divine timing is going to do what divine timing is going to do. But let's see what else we have here. We also have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So again, I feel like some of you who are single and have been single for a while, and I've definitely had past situations where you were in maybe unhealthy relationships or something. It's like you can fall into that cynicism, that skepticism, superstition, like, but it's like, this is a sign like, hey, you need to believe, you need to return to your faith, because obviously there is some sort of romantic feelings growing here. And again, with that red flags card, I feel like that's not even just about like, oh, you're looking for the red flags in another person. It's also looking at the red flags within yourself and what you are like bad, maybe patterns, or expecting bad patterns to happen from the past to reoccur now. So let's see what else we have. We also have the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So clearly, yes, some of you really need to bring that focus back into this connection. And that sense of love. So we'll get more into that in just a moment. But let's talk about these three cards a little bit more in depth. So we're going to talk about our moon cards, because again, you got a lot of that moon energy coming out, like damn. So we're going to start off with card 6, which is order. So, with this card appearing, it may indicate a tightening up of work systems and health issues. It shows that good, healthy diet regimens and new, efficient day-to-day work procedures are necessary or desirable. So obviously, when it comes to, in order to help maybe improve your love situation, or relationships, you need to be focusing a little bit more on your day-to-day. You need to make sure you're eating properly, you're getting proper exercise, having a daily routine that is normal and comforting to you. So specific events that might be in relation to this card appearing is a new health regime, family responsibility, social work or organization, background work or research. Really interesting. So I also feel like maybe for some of you, if you're wanting to, again, if some of you are pregnant or you're wanting to get pregnant or something, to help improve your chances of obviously, the best outcome of fertility and obviously getting pregnant, you need to work more on your health and your diet. And, regular exercise. Don't, especially if you're worried about like the baby weight thing, exercise. There are plenty of exercises and things that you can do while you're pregnant, or again, trying to get pregnant, that are beneficial, that are not going to hurt the baby or anything like that. Just, again, do your research. And that's what this card is all about. That's what Virgo is all about. Like, Virgo. Coming in, telling you to do your research and tidy up your room. All right. And then we got the opposite here, where we got fucking Aquarius, which is all about, like, you got to be wild. You got to do the crazy things. You got to go off the beaten path. I'm kooky and original, and I'm about humanitarianism. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's funny. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not. Anyway, let me just read the card. So anyway, Moon in Aquarius. So Often when this card occurs in a reading, it shows that the person asking the question, again, you guys, is trapped in a mental whirlwind. It indicates a need to let go of emotions and to allow feelings to express themselves without rationalizing them. It also suggests that the questioner's home will be used in the future for group meetings with some kind of good cause or humanitarian subject. Really interesting. So specific events in relations to this are some kind of unconventional assistance, original ideas brought to bear on a situation or subject, a second opinion canvassed, an interest in astrology. So maybe some of you are going to be exploring astrology. Maybe you're going to get involved with some sort of group, maybe online, or maybe it's in your local community that has to do with astrology. And again, that could be an outlet for you to meet a specific love connection that is important. So next up, we're going to talk about the Venus in Cancer, which is card 4. So with this card, it may indicate a birth or other addition to the family. It can also show a need to make contact with one's mother or more general family roots in order to discover the answer to the question asked. So maybe through your mother, you're going to meet a certain love connection. Something important about that, or maybe advice from your mother figure. So this particular events in relation to this card is, of course, the birth of a child, an adoption or increase in the family, celebration of an anniversary, a reunion with childhood friends. So maybe some of you are going to even get involved with a childhood friend romantically. Maybe it was somebody you had a crush on in the past, and now they're coming back in, and it's like you're in this state where you're like, you're more independent, you're more kind of doing your own thing. Maybe some of you aren't even thinking about romance, but it's like, here it comes. So lastly, we have card 7 over here with the only thing that is real is love. So you may have been conditioned to dwell on problems. It's important to remember that the true reality is love. Choose to take a deep breath and focus on what is true. Negativity will disappear when you affirm everything is okay when I choose love. There are many things you can do to shift into a more loving flow. Work on having healthy, encouraging conversations with yourself and others. Squash any negative inner dialogue and notice the positive aspects and people in your life. Be realistic about what is going on in your life. Yes, only love is real, but there is sadness, depression, doubt, worry, and anger. This card is about finding balance in your life, so the challenging times are not overwhelming, and you are able to remember that love is the core of everything. The dominant imagery of this card could represent the tree of life, rooted in the earth and extending toward the heaven. While you are having a human experience, it can appear that you are alone. Yet in the heavenly realm, we are all one and love prevails. There are multiple images in this card that symbolize peace, love, and support. Find and meditate on something you are optimistic about. So again, definitely have a little bit more optimism about your love life and your love connections. I feel like is really important, especially with that. Literally, you have to stay optimistic about your love life. Like, goddamn. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You got to have positive thinking if you want to attract the proper energetic match to you. Again, if you're staying in a negative mindset, then you're only going to attract the same bad negativity that you've experienced in past relationships, or again, that you are projecting. That is all you're going to get back in return. So again, focus on more positive, loving energy for yourself, for sure. So that is all the love messages for pile 2 and all the messages for pile 2 in general. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to give it a like, if you want to tell me how you like this kind of format, definitely do. And of course, if you want to check out all my other various links in the description, that would be wonderful as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, for all of you who chose the 3rd pile here with my little ferny leaf, little painting, I don't know what to call them. They were leaves. They were cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the first part of pile 3's reading, which of course is sort of the general overview, general energy for the month of February for you guys, and then we'll dive into the specific sections afterwards. So let's go ahead and of course start off with talking about the tarot for you guys. So we have the 2 of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands. We also have the Ace of Cups. Wow. And we have the Five of Cups. So really interesting because you guys are actually the only pile here to not have any major arcana cards. So I feel like for you, because of that, your February is a little bit more chill. Like there isn't so like much like bigger like life altering moments. It's not to say like there isn't going to be important shit happening for you in February, because there definitely is. Because I mean, we have the Ace of Cups and you have the Ace of Wands together. Like this is brand new big beginnings, like for sure. But it's not so much like, again, the major arcanas are more like the big life moments and like your life journey, like big kind of like stuff, while the minors kind of represent more of like the day-to-day, I don't want to necessarily say softer energies, but it's just like this isn't going to be necessarily like life altering like kind of stuff. It can definitely lead to stuff like that, especially because again, we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And I think it's really interesting when I'm looking at this, what really like jumps out to me is on the Ace of Cups, we have the symbol for Gemini. So some of you might be particularly are Gemini, or you're going to be working with a lot of Gemini energy. We'll get more into that in just a moment. And of course, when I look at the Two Cups, I see the moon and I see the sun. So I see that balance of the masculine and feminine energy is really important for you. But what I'm getting here is, especially with something like the Five of Cups, you are going to be finally, I feel like February is going to be the month where you're going to take whatever loss. Maybe it was a breakup, maybe it was something that didn't go your way, and you're going to finally like kind of release that, because there are brand new opportunities for you. Again, there's still Two Cups literally standing traditionally in the Five of Cups, and there they are right there. I feel like a lot of you could definitely have new love connections occurring, or again, new friendships, new partnerships. Again, new love situation, love at first sight kind of situation, baby. You know, very nice instant kind of attraction and connection. And again, it is a brand new beginning. It's something for you to take and finally move away from any sort of like depression, anxiety, you know, just like staying in this muddled mess of emotions and feelings from, again, a past situation that didn't go your way. Again, whether that was romantic, if it was platonic, if it was career related, like finally moving away from it and looking at brighter horizons here, because and you definitely need to jump into it with the Ace of Wands, because that is an energy of just go and do it. Like the creativity, the passion, sexual attraction is definitely here. Romantic attraction, somebody offering their cup. They really are interested in you. They want to know you more. They want to get to know you. They want to work at this relationship. They want the action, and they want that romantic and that emotional connection with you as well. Or again, you want that from them. For sure. But yes, this is a grand opportunity to work on a new positive partnership that can lead to really bright and beautiful things. And again, I feel like it's moving away from that Five of Cups energy. It's that change. It is the change is happening and it's here. It's very good. Like that's what I'm getting. Like this is good energy, I feel like, for you guys. But again, it's like, because there isn't a major arcana here. It's more like, it's not going to feel like a slap in the face when this happens necessarily. It's it's finally here. It's like a sigh. Like that is the energy of it. It's like a sigh of relief kind of thing here. So let's see what else we got. Oh, wow, and this makes a lot of sense, because we have the sun in Pisces with vision. So highly intuitive time period for you in February. In fact, Pisces season, the sun moves into Pisces at the end of February. And wow, I just got chills. Oh my God, I got even more chills. Holy shit, look at this. We have Saturn in Pisces with loss, which that makes a lot of sense. Again, I feel like this loss card definitely reflects whatever was lost with that Five of Cups. But again, you're moving away from that. You're moving on. I definitely get that energy of moving on. And it's crazy because we have 12 and 12 here, obviously, because we're talking about Pisces. But you got 2 12s, so 12 might be significant. And again, you have double Pisces energy here, and we have a lot of cups energy as well. I mean, we have 3 cups. So yes, very big on that water energy and a little bit of that fire energy. Like this is wild for you guys for sure. So definitely look at your natal chart and see what you have going on in Pisces. But let's go ahead and start off with the sun in Pisces, which is the visions. So with this card coming up, the questioner, which is you guys, may be dreaming of escape in the form of a long-distance voyage or other get-away-from-it-all activity. The Vision card may also indicate a new interest and very often some ability in psychology and or psychic research. It suggests that at some time in the future, the person asking the question may be involved with a large institution, and that service to others will provide great satisfaction, recognition, and fulfillment. Very interesting. So I don't know if any of you are particularly involved in psychology. Maybe you're studying that, or again, you're into some sort of psychic research. Or again, I also just feel like this is like you guys, your own psychic abilities are definitely going to be firing up right now. But with this card coming out, specific events in relations to it are a sacrifice, a mystery or confusion of imagination and reality, a chance to escape, a miracle, situations in which one loses the plot. Interesting. So again, you know what? This loss that might be occurring is actually maybe a really beneficial thing for you, because we have sacrifice coming out, which is a very Pisces kind of energy. It might be that like, this almost feels like a situation where like the universe, it's like you're denied something, it doesn't happen for you, but it's occurring for a reason, because there's actually a much better opportunity for you. So again, sacrificing the expectation of getting that certain thing, losing it, will lead to gaining something immeasurably better for you than you realize. So let's go ahead and talk about Saturn in Pisces as well. So Saturn in Pisces, we are talking about with this card, it indicates a loss of some kind, but it may be worth thinking about what is really concerned here. Could it be that the inquirer is really worrying about someone else's loss, not their own? Very interesting. So maybe it's actually somebody else maybe somebody you're in partnership who suffers a loss. And you're going to be the person there to, like, again, support them and encourage them forward. Specific events in relation to this card coming out for you guys is a feeling of loss, situations involving hospitals or health clinics. Really weird, because again, we had that psychology coming and talking about that some of you might be involved in institutions later on. So again, maybe some of you are going to be changing your course of study, maybe from, I don't know, something where you're switching to wanting to work in maybe psychology and going to work in a hospital or institution like that to help others. I don't know. Very, very specific. Work in the field of complementary therapies, counseling others, developing interests in the occult. So really, really interesting. Maybe you're going to be kind of combining or doing something where you're taking the spirituality and the science and maybe marrying them together. I don't know. Very, very interesting group. I think there's some really interesting energy here. I'm very curious to see what comes out for your career reading. But yeah, very, very high vibe. Again, we're talking about Pisces, so we're talking about the other worlds completely. We're like way in that realm with double Pisces energy. Like, we're far out here. So again, and grounding is always important when we're talking about Pisces. Hello. But let's talk about your crystals too. So beneficial crystals for you guys, maybe in the month of February. You guys got two here. So first off, we have Dambarite. So like the beta blockers in Grandma's medicine cabinet, Dambarite's twinkling effervescent energy takes the edge off with its serious feel-good vibes. Who needs it? Emos, goths, buttoned up, white-collar stress cases. Where to put it? Wherever you want to do some elevated thinking, feeling, dreaming, being, very Pisces. Where to put it, or when to use it. When the daily grind has you ground into the pavement. When you feel like launching into space but lack astronaut training, vibing with Dambarite can help divert your busy mind away from the pesky physics-ruled orientation. There's somewhere else out there. Flip on the high beams and explore. So turn on your electric light. Yes. And then next up, we got magnesite. So heating magnesite is a magnesium carbonate crystal that ranges in color from clear to porcelain white to off pink to sepia toned. Its sometimes grooved brain-like appearance mimics its cerebral energy. So who needs it? Intellectuals and Aquarians. Where to put it? Wherever you go to quiet the mind or wake it the fuck up. when to use it, when you're just too smart for your own good, when you're completely lost in your thoughts, or when they're running wild, dragging you behind them. Remember, the mind is a powerful thing. You rule it or it rules you. Meditate every day and show it who's boss with magnesite. Get your mind right. Very much, even though we have a lot of Pisces energy here, I do agree that there's definitely some Aquarian energy coming out here too, even though there's like no indication of that in the actual cards, but I just feel that. Because again, Pisces and Aquarian, Aquarius comes before Pisces, so they're very close in energy. Again, we're talking about February, which is ruled by Aquarius and Pisces. This is the month of it. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see what's next. So for you guys, we have card 33 with ears wide open. So I definitely feel like you gotta tap into that intuition because there's a lot of messages that could definitely be coming out for you guys. You could also be having some very clairaudient situations. And it was funny because I was thinking, when I was reading this song, I was thinking about, turn your electric light on. I feel like that is a lyric or something from a song somewhere. Like, I feel like you guys are going to be really paying attention to song lyrics. Like, song lyrics might just randomly pop up in your head. So pay attention to that as well. So with this card, we're talking about the energy of sound. So communication, creativity, listening, being heard, writing, ideas, sharing, and vibration. So the key words here are deep listening as a gift, we give to others, understanding someone else's needs, showing focused attention, tuning into another, and letting go of the ego's need to be heard. So the world is constantly speaking to us and offering clues about what is really going on beneath the surface of things. We all have the capacity to hear beyond the noise that reaches our ears. The challenge is when we feel misunderstood and unheard. When we feel insignificant, it's easy to over-explain ourselves in an attempt to get acknowledged. Now is the time to let all that go. Offer your attention as the great gift it is. It's time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from connecting fully. So, whenever we are in a state of chaos and distraction, paying attention to only some of what is being said, we lose the ability to pick up on everything, including that which is not being said. Deep listening is the way in which we immerse ourselves in the truth of the world. In this way, with ears wide open, we also open our hearts and minds to understand more than what is conveyed through words alone. Opportunities arise from the subtle cues we miss when we are not 100% present. Purposeful, open listening is an act of true respect and intimacy. When you are in this space of receptivity, letting go of the need to be heard or to be right, you become expansive and alert to meaningful potential. Right now, keep your ears wide open and you will find more than you were searching for. So obviously, it's really, really important to, listen to the other people around you. Really open up to what it is they're saying, what they're feeling, and being there for them. Because obviously, I feel like for some of you, if you're not the ones kind of maybe have recently gone through a hard time or some sort of loss, somebody else very close to you will be going through that. And again, it's interesting because we had a lot coming up with like the psychology and the counseling and helping others. Like that is definitely part of what you guys are meant to do. It's part of like your life's purpose in a lot of ways. And that's going to be coming up a lot in February. So lastly, for your animal guide for February, we have the butterfly with fragility. So obviously with the butterfly coming up here, change. Change is definitely happening for you in February. Transformation. We even have like the butterfly or the moth appearing in that Ace of Cups. It's going to bring great things, new things, beautiful things for you. And again, it is something that is precious. It is fragile. It is to be celebrated as well, I get the sense of. So let's dive a little bit more into this card. So with the butterfly, consumed by the torment of suffering, a long dark night of the soul, life has lost its meaning, and you are left utterly broken. A rather delicate situation has you feeling exposed, tender, and fragile, and the outcome threatens to be tenuous. As the abyss of a great dark void stares back at you with only emptiness for unwelcome company, allow your spirits to lift as my dainty wings dance around you. I'm here to remind you that to fully be alive, you must be willing to let the old parts of you die over and over again. As one who has walked through the darkness, you are now ready to emerge and be transformed into the light, to hold the energy of both dark and light in balance. Fly with me to embrace both the beauty and pain that life brings, however fleeting, and make the most of every fragile moment to feel fully alive. So be gentle with yourself. It's okay to feel less than perfect. Take steps to heal and mend. Butterflies indicate transformation, liberation, and creative inspiration for you. You are at the end of a cycle. New beginnings await. Time to be carefree. Release any self-imposed restrictions and now feel cumbersome. When a witch astral travels, her spirit comes out of her mouth in the shape of a butterfly. Work butterfly spells for friendship, freedom, and fertility. Never kill a white butterfly, as this is the soul's vehicle after death. Create a butterfly garden by planting Budelia. I probably mispronounced that. To attract butterflies, or wear symbols to enhance butterfly magic and transform your life. Wow. Absolutely wild. So those are the general messages for your February. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the specific sections, and we're going to dive a little bit more into what you need to know for careers. So let's go ahead and move these aside. So for our February pile 3 career messages, let's see what we got here. So we have Saturn again coming out. So very much a very ruled month for you guys by Saturn. We have Saturn in Libra with devotion. We then also have Jupiter with principle with Sagittarius. So really, really interesting. Because kind of Jupiter and Saturn are kind of two sides of the same coin in a way, or like they're kind of like opposites, where Jupiter's a little bit more free-flowing, happy-go-lucky, expansive, good luck, growth, fun things, while Saturn is more strict, more serious, more grounded, kind of thing. So obviously finding a balance between these two things. And it's funny, we have Jupiter with Sagittarius. That is in Sagittarius, ruling planet is Jupiter. So, and again, we have the sun and the moon actually on both of these cards coming out for you guys. So again, balance the masculine and the feminine. And I think it's interesting because it's like we have this one bird, or I don't know, I see these as ducks for some dumb reason. I don't know why. Fallen while one is standing. I can kind of relate that back to the general message here of like the loss, but I also feel like this is kind of a message of getting up when you've fallen down, getting back up, getting back on the horse, keep going, keep doing, especially when you have lost, you have fallen off a branch, you get back up and you get back onto a new one. Having principle, having devotion in your work, to keep going, to keep moving forward. And again, some of you might be dealing with a work situation where you're going to be definitely in partnership with somebody else. Partnership is going to be very important. You might be gaining new partners, especially with some foreign cultures or situations, somebody who's very outside and different from you, an opposite who balances. Let's see what else we have. We also have, we got the world in the reverse. So definitely you need to reach out more, expand more into the world when it comes to your career. Look at more opportunities and more ideas that are outside of just your small pond. Because I get the sense that maybe some of you could be like a big fish in a small pond, but you got to expand more so that you can grow more. You can become a bigger fish than you realize. We also have serendipity. So yes, good luck. I feel like there's going to definitely be some lucky occurrences in your work situation. Because again, we have that 4-leaf clover appearing. Have a little bit more fun. Don't be too serious when it comes to work right now in February. Make sure that you're having enough time to, connect with the other people that are around you that are important. So let's go ahead and talk about our Saturn card here, which is, again, Libra, which is card 7. So, with devotion, this is talking about, this card indicates the danger that the questioner may in a desire to please all, promise more than he or she can possibly achieve. So again, make sure you're not spreading yourself too thin by, saying, oh yeah, I'll work on this, or I'll do this, or I'll help with this, or that. Like, no. Make sure that, it's a very Piscean trait. I just feel like that Piscean trait is really coming out in like everything here. But it's like, yeah, you can't spread yourself too thin. I know it's like, it feels like you want to help everybody, you want to help the world, but there's only so much you can do in a day, and there's also only so much you can do when you gotta put proper care to yourself too, and take care of your stuff first before you can always do everything for everybody else, if that makes sense. So promise more than he or she can possibly achieve. This results in a hopeless situation of attempting to meet obligations that cannot be successfully completed, so be aware of that. So, for the events that can be related to this card is taking part in a legal case, drawing up an agreement of importance, a relationship with a great age difference, a long-lasting marriage. Really interesting stuff here. So I definitely feel like some of you could be getting into a long-lasting partnership of some sort. And again, you might be working with somebody who there is a great age difference. So again, there's going to be a great difference in perspective, which can be a very beneficial thing if you're open to it. And then, of course, we have a Jupiter. So Jupiter in that Sag energy. So with this, it will raise a matter in this reading. It will raise a matter of principle or life philosophy that is particularly related to your career. Interesting. So particular events here are planning a grand tour of world trip, being completely immersed in a new philosophy or religion, conversion, the need to persuade others of a philosophy. Very interesting stuff. So maybe some of you, I don't know why this came into my mind, you might be actually presenting your like thesis in February or something, like some sort of important thing where it's like this is my research, this is what I've been working on, like this is it. I gotta convince you, I gotta present this to you, and it's gonna be stressful in that way. But it's still like I'm not getting a really strong sense of anything like particularly negative or anything particularly like nothing super negative. Like I'm not getting super bad vibes or anything off this for your career or like any really like bad challenges or anything, if that makes sense. Like it's more just stuff. Like all the stuff, just regular stuff kind of thing. I don't know. So with the World card here in the reverse, we're talking about expansion and opening up, but since it is reverse, it means that you've been severely limiting your view of things. You're thinking too narrowly, either in your options or action, or your options for action, or in what you feel you deserve. You may be feeling boxed in by old ways of doing things, not quite sure of how to expand. This card calls for you to think creatively outside of the box you find yourself in now. In addition, you may have emotionally painted yourself into a corner, surrounded on all sides by energies such as fear, short-sightedness, limited thinking, or self-doubt. But you still have the option to let all of that go, and this card is telling you not to wait a minute longer to do so. It's time to break out, see the unlimited horizons around you, and know that the world is waiting for you to take center stage. Damn. There you guys go. So, lastly, let's talk about serendipity, which is card 18. So, we're talking about opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck, and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. So I definitely feel like for a while, maybe in your career, you felt very boxed in or like you wish things would change or a new opportunity would come along. And I definitely feel like it is coming along, but it might require you to, really show your devotion and really stand up for your principles and your beliefs in order to be like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to take. So more so on this card, you are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful for the stars are aligned in your favor and fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. This is your lucky moment. The timing is perfect. So there you guys go. Very, very interesting. So those are the career messages. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the love messages for pile 3 and see what is happening there for you guys. So let's see what we got. So for the love messages, we have Saturn again. We have Saturn in Capricorn, I believe, with riches. Ooh. Which Saturn is the ruling planet for Capricorn. So it's, again, you have another situation where a planet is in its home house, or excuse me, its home sign. We also have Sun also in Capricorn with achievement. Wow, that is absolute wild. And we have Saturn again in Gemini this time with concentration. Damn, that is absolutely wild. You got so much Saturn energy throughout this whole entire reading. It's a really big one for you guys for the month of February. But obviously, it's like you're going to be achieving something in your romantic situations. I feel like you're going to be feeling very rich. You're going to be feeling very happy with whatever is occurring in the romance. Yeah, because we also have chemistry here. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And you have passion with allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Like, damn. Yes. And you had that 2 cups for the general message for pile 3, which is all about, again, new partnership. You had the Ace of Cups too, new love. I mean, you had the Ace of Wands too, which is totally passion and this chemistry. Like, yes, I definitely feel like February is a very strong, positive month, I feel like, for love and connections and new things. And we also have the message here of you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. Exactly. So let's dive a little bit deeper into these messages. So we're going to start off with that Sun in Capricorn here. So yes, with this particular card, with the achievement, when one receives this card in a reading, it indicates a powerful moral sense and a feeling of obligation to set a good example for others. This may be because one has chosen or promoted to a role. Maybe some of you are going to be like officially becoming the role of girlfriend or boyfriend, or I'm not getting necessarily like husband or wife or anything like bigger like that, but like I feel like there's an upgrade in the romance situation for sure. So particular events with this are commitment to a project, great responsibility, recommendation or distinction in some activity, help or influence, help of influential or famous people. Interesting. And then, of course, we have our Saturn cards, more Saturn cards. So much Saturn. It's wild how much Saturn came out in this particular reading. So we are talking about Gemini first, Saturn and Gemini with that concentration. So this card suggests a situation full of distractions and unnecessary complications. Only by keeping consciously to the essence of the matter will the questioner arrive at a successful conclusion. Because Gemini rules the 3rd house, the card can indicate strain in the questioner's relationship with siblings. So watch out for maybe sibling dramas or things to distract you from your romantic situation. Or maybe it's going to be the opposite, where your romantic life is kind of distracting you from family situations or problems that you need to address. But particular events going on here are talking one's way into an important job, using much concentrated research to achieve something, long conscientious study, ignoring someone's deliberate distractions. So yes, like I feel like there is a lot going on here with study, and you're doing a lot of study or research for your job, or again, what it is you're trying to do for your degree in university. And it's very, very important. But again, you do want... Again, we're getting a lot of like the flavor of career reading here as well, but it's like you gotta strike that balance between the romance and the work you need to do, because again, I feel like things are really like after a time of like really hard, rough shit for you guys. You're finally stepping into a period where it's like, oh my God, like the stars are really fucking aligning. And it's like things are moving in my career / university. And now I have this great new romance starting. It's like, it's all kind of like coming together, and you're just like, oh my God, when is the other shoe gonna drop? Like, I feel like you have like a lot of like this like anxiety, fear, like, oh my God, is something really horribly wrong gonna happen? Like, I don't want anything horribly wrong to happen, because I'm like, I feel like, yes, it's finally happening kind of energy is going on here. So again, don't don't panic. Try not to panic. So with the Riches card here as well, this appears in the reading. It usually points towards the successful conclusion of a financial arrangement or deal. Wow. So the particular events here are the stock market, dealings with government organizations, involvement in politics, receiving an honor of some kind. Again, we got a lot of really positive career messages coming up in your love situation. So again, I'm not exactly sure how this is playing out for you guys, because I'm not really getting the sense of a work-love relationship or anything like that. It's just positive things are coming about in both areas of your life, and they're very I feel like because they're happening at the same time, they're very connected in that way. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about that you are limitless. So again, don't freak out. You got this. It's all coming together because you are limitless. When you are too close to a situation, you only have one perspective. There are so many possible outcomes for the situation. Take a broader look. Release the need to control what is happening and allow your inner knowing to help you. Things always work out as they should. When your soul is experiencing its purest form, it has limitless knowledge, infinite wisdom, and boundless energy. You may have developed some negative self-talk that is limiting what you can accomplish. Connect to the beautiful light that dwells in your being and represents your soul. Remember that your abilities are fueled by your imagination. Dream big. A unicorn emerges from a woman's being. The unicorn represents healing powers, possibility, and knowledge of the soul. Two swans sit in the heart area to signify the grace that is connected to you always. Trust in your ability to know you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So there you guys go. Again, you can have the career, you can have the love, you can have it all if you set your mind to it. So with that said, that is all the messages for pile 3 here. So if you guys enjoyed this kind of reading, how I broke this up, definitely do let me know in the comments. If you would like to help support this channel and its continued growth, please do consider subscribing, turning on the bell notification, and of course checking out my various links down below to get access to more fun and exclusive content. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.